Hello guys, meet again with Queen MMA, a channel that will always provide interesting information about sports, especially boxing and MMA. It's not easy to be a UFC fighter, let alone to win the title. They have to face stiff competition in terms of fighting skills, to how they are able to attract as many audiences as possible. But even so, there are some fighters who have excellent fighting skills and records, but in fact they have never won the title. They are kings without a crown at UFC, but before we continue, please press the subscribe button and activate the bell, so you don't miss the latest update from Queen MMA. Without further ado, here are 5 great UFC fighters without a champion title. 1. Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone is a man born in March 1983 from America. He is an MMA artist as well as a former professional kickboxer. Having a cowboy vocation, he fights in the lightweight and welterweight divisions in the UFC. He is a fighter with 23 wins, which makes it his record for most wins in the UFC. That even surpasses George St-Pierre, Bisping and Demian Maia. Even Donald Cerrone surpasses both Anderson Silva and Vitor Belfort for the number of completions. Cerrone currently has a total record of 16 completions behind Charles Oliveira, who is in first place with 18 completions. Cerrone previously fought for World Extreme Cage Fighting, or WEC, but WEC eventually merged with the UFC in October 2010. As part of the merger, all WEC fighters will either fight for the UFC, or they will officially become UFC fighters. In the period from 2013 to 2015, Cerrone set a record with 8 consecutive wins, and so far, Cerrone has fought 36 times. From his 36 fights, Cerrone has defeated big fighters such as Charles Oliveira, Edson Barboza, Jim Miller, Eddie Alvarez, and Ben Henderson. However, Donald Cerrone only has one chance for a title fight, which is against Rafael dos Anjos. Unfortunately, Rafael dos Anjos is the one who has thwarted the dream of winning the belt, and has also broken the chain of 13 consecutive wins to 8 consecutive wins. Cerrone never got the chance to fight for the title again then, and in his last 6 bouts he has lost by 1 no contest. Urijah Faber. Urijah Faber is from the United States, who competed in the bantamweight and previously competed in the featherweight. Urijah Faber is also the founder of Team Alpha Male, a martial arts gym that pioneered MMA among the lower weight division. The Alpha Male team has also produced 3 UFC champions, including TJ Dillashaw, Cody Garbrandt, and Deiveson Figueiredo. Before entering the UFC, Urijah Faber had a brilliant performance. However, like Donald Cerrone, when the WEC joined the UFC in 2010, Urijah Faber's performance then went up and down. Urijah Faber has a total record of 35-11-0, and the last fight was against Petr Yan on December 14, 2019. Faber suffered a defeat at that time with a knockout kick in the 3rd round. Actually, Urijah Faber has had 4 chances to win the championship title, but unfortunately Urijah Faber failed to win all 4 fights. The fight for the first title was against Dominick Cruz on July 2, 2011. He lost via unanimous decision in his 5-round fight. A year later he faced Renan Barão for his 2nd title fight, but again the same, he suffered a defeat via unanimous decision, after fighting for 5 rounds. Finally, he met again with Renan Barão for the 2nd time, to avenge his previous defeat, as well as his 3rd attempt to win the championship belt. But this time it was more sad, because he suffered a technical knockout defeat in the 1st round through a punch. The battle for the title of the 4th, when he met Dominick Cruz II, at that time he fought under the card Rockhold vs Bisping II at UFC 199. Again, Faber suffered a defeat via unanimous decision in 5 rounds of his fight. 3. Wanderlei Silva. Wanderlei Silva is from Brazil, and he is of Brazilian-American descent. Prior to his UFC career, Silva fought for the Pride Fighting Championship. At Pride, no one has matched or even surpassed the records he has earned, namely the most wins, knockouts, title defenses and the longest winning streak in history. Wanderlei Silva is a former Pride middleweight champion and the 2003 Pride middleweight Grand Prix tournament champion. Wanderlei Silva has an aggressive fighting style rooted in street fighting, plus elements of Muay Thai and kickboxing, that he acquired when he was 13 years old. Although the Axe Murderer has an extraordinary record in Pride, in fact Wanderlei Silva's career in the UFC is quite short. Even from his 12 total fights, he only got 5 wins. Even though Wanderlei Silva is a terrible fighter with an extraordinary track record in Pride, when he faced Tito Ortiz in the fight for the light heavyweight belt in Japan, Silva lost via unanimous decision. Wanderlei Silva's current total fighting record is 35-13-1 and 1 no contest. Four. Joseph Benavidez. Joseph Benavidez is from America and competes in the flyweight division for the UFC. Joseph Benavidez is of Mexican descent and joined the Alpha Male team led by Urijah Faber in 2007. In the course of his career, Benavidez has joined Dream, WEC, and most recently the UFC. Whether in Dream, WEC, or UFC, Joseph Benavidez has had a brilliant performance. Like other fighters, when WEC joined the UFC, Joseph Benavidez also took shelter under the biggest MMA promoter in the world, UFC. In his first 3 fights in the UFC, Joseph Benavidez was able to win all his matches, until he finally faced Demetrius Johnson 1, at UFC 152, under Jones vs. Belfort. Unfortunately, Benavidez was not able to win the match. At that time he lost via split decision. Even in the second title fight, when he met Demetrius Johnson for the second time, Benavidez actually suffered a knockout defeat through punches in the first round. The last fight for the title belt was against Deiveson Figueiredo II, on July 18, 2020. Joseph Benavidez lost via rear naked choke in the first round, and again he failed to get the championship belt. Previously, Joseph Benavidez had also been defeated by Deiveson Figueiredo during their first meeting on February 29, 2020. He was defeated by a knockout blow in the second round. In his last fight, Askar Askarov came to add Joseph Benavidez's losing list to 3 consecutive defeats, when they met at UFC 259, on March 6, 2021. Five. Carlos Condit. Carlos Condit is a retired American MMA fighter who competed in the welterweight division of the UFC. Prior to the UFC, Condit fought for the WEC promoter event. Carlos Condit made his WEC debut on January 20, 2007. At the WEC, Condit has a perfect record with 5 fights without a single loss. Until finally he joined the UFC and made his debut in April 2009 against Martin Kampmann. Unfortunately, Carlos Condit was not able to win the fight and accepted defeat via split decision in his 3-round fight. After his defeat, Condit won 4 consecutive fights in the following fights, until finally he met with Nick Diaz, who replaced George St-Pierre due to a knee injury. The fight was for the interim championship belt, and Carlos Condit won the fight via unanimous decision. As an interim belt holder, it is Condit's obligation to face George St-Pierre at UFC 154 in November 2012. Unfortunately, Condit was unable to win the fight. Condit lost via unanimous decision. After experiencing ups and downs in subsequent fights, Condit gets a second chance for a fight for the title belt, the welterweight division. At that time, Condit faced Robbie Lawler at UFC 195. Lawler vs. Condit. Robbie Lawler managed to win the championship belt via split decision. On the other hand, Carlos Condit suffered 5 consecutive defeats in the following fights. Condit did not get another chance to fight for the championship belt. So far, Carlos Condit has collected 32 wins and 14 losses from 46 fights. So that's it, guys. Great fighters, but never felt the belt in the UFC. In your opinion, are there any other great fighters who have never been champions? Share your opinion down below. Don't forget to like and share the video, and press the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss the latest updates from Queen MMA. Thanks for watching. See you in other videos. See ya.